enhance your upgrades.
Exactly.
And the cog mods have a large array of different effects. Oh, here we are. And 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. So on the screen we have some seasoned speedrun veterans for the game. Zofis Barramundo, who is also a very seasoned SteamWorld Dig 1 speedrunner. In fact, I think he may have the current world record for any percent.
Wow.
Devil Tifa, who's been putting a lot of work into the route, and Anxist, who is also a very active member of the Discord.
Nice. This would be exciting.
All right, so automatically we have a route divergence. Zoff going for the $50 gem that requires some corner jumping at the beginning of the game. Exactly. Whereas Barramundo, Tifa, and Anxist are going for straight to the Temple of Guidance.
Yeah.
Zoff's route could lead to him potentially trying to sequence break, or maybe even logic break, to get down into lower Temple of Guidance and grab another ore that's very valuable, and then self-destruct himself back up to the surface, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's also a possibility. I'm interested to see if anyone will invest in the Portal of Pardon. That's also a upgrade for the bag.
It's a tough sell, because it's so far down in the bag upgrade in 20 minutes,
I agree, and then it's also a bit expensive because it costs 3 cogs, I think. So.
All right, so we're arriving at our first upgrade from the story route, which is the sprint hydraulics, which you hold down a button, you go faster. You also jump higher and further when you are sprinting.
Yeah, this feels like a necessity. Good job, Devil Tifa.
I mean, you have to get it. I mean,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was so frustrated the first time I tried it, and I couldn't run it once. So, yep.
Devil Tifa showing off one of the first major breaks of the game, which is what we call the double jump, or as I've been calling myself, the double jump anywhere, DJA. You essentially high jump by rapidly pressing your jump button in order to get extra height. It allows you to break out of the Temple of Guidance, which is a major sequence break.
Yeah.
It allows you to get access to Yarrow, which has very high value, but not the highest value gems. And it also allows you to quick travel very easily. You're also skipping the first boss.
That's right.
So by skipping the first boss, we do not get the mini-map, which means that the current runners on screen will have to rely on intuition as to what is below them, rather than being able to glance at the mini-map to see what's below them, whether it'll hurt them enough to die from taking fall damage.
Yep. Right now, everyone is in Yarrow, I think.
Yeah, everyone is Yarrow. See, we hear our sequence break. You see the town is still in its cutscene animation.
Exactly. Very nice.
Oh man, I'm not sure who to focus on. But,
Me either.
So by sequence breaking there, the town is still in its cutscene state, where that is what the town looks like when you get there normally, and the sheriff talks to the town, but all the NPCs are interactable with, so you can still sell. You can still upgrade. It fixes itself as soon as you leave and come back, though.
Mm. Yeah. Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, you see here. Oh, he got it on the first try. Tifa got the cell.
What upgrade did he get now? Did you see it?
He got the lamp and the pickaxe, I believe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so now he's actually in the first part of the game where you would normally go.
Yeah, so now that we've gotten our higher value gems, they bought some very necessary upgrades. You need the lamp first upgrade in order to open up the mine. It's a forced upgrade in order to go through Archaea, the first section.
Yep.
And the lamp is generally useful. In my opinion, much more useful than the lamp in Dig 1.
Yeah.
Because Dig 1's default, brightness or gamma level was much higher than Dig 2's, where the lamp actually makes it much more visible.
Yeah. It gets pretty dark if you don't have the lamp when it runs out.
And we're about to see another sequence break in the second upgrade chamber, which is the pressure bomb, where we got a new upgrade, but we really don't want to use it just yet because you only have 2 water bars when you get the pressure bomb.
Yep.
Well, this isn't really a sequence break. It's more creative use of the upgrade. So instead of jumping around and doing a puzzle, we're just going to go back to the entrance. And kill ourselves.
Exactly. This is so cool. Seems like everyone's in the same area right now.
So now that we have the pressure bomb, we can advance further into the jackhammer area, since we unlocked the below the wall or the above the wall tube really early by gaining early access to Yarrow.
Yeah.
We're pretty close. It looks like Anxis lost a little bit of time compared to Zoth, Barramundo, and Tifa. But this is an optimization of cash on hand, so potentially what he doesn't sell and what he doesn't buy could put him ahead. It's hard to tell who's in the lead.
That's true.
Here we see another use of that double jump to get around having to go anywhere that we really are supposed to. Towards Fawn in the Twitch chat, there's a huge Discord community for this game, and we're always looking for more because more eyes, more hands means a better run in the end. I believe we have a link on the event webpage for the Discord. If not, I'm sure someone who's responding in chat can definitely hook people up with that.
This
so
is
now
amazing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like just the fluidity of the movement. Dig 2's movement is a lot more fluid than Dig 1's was, and I really like the movement in Dig 1 to be frank.
Oh, now Vermondo just got the jackhammer as well.
Yeah, so the jackhammer allows you to break through brick blocks, or pretty much the word I've given them.
Yeah.
You got dirt, and then you got bricks. Bricks can only be broken by 2 things: the jackhammer and the tier 3 upgrade, I think, for the pressure bomb, which allows it to break harder surfaces.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is interesting. Now Vermondo, he doesn't have any more space in his bag, I think it said, unless he gets the same kind of ore that he already picked up.
Yeah, for the most part, the ore that at least these 4 runners that we have on display pickups are more or less, they have it predetermined. It's just, it comes down to execution and potentially not getting screwed over by RNG with enemies. All right, and now we have Double Tifa going into Oasis's chamber to get the next story upgrade, a very fun and very useful upgrade, the hook shot.
Yeah, that's my favorite, I think. It makes the game so much more fun and fluent.
Yeah, when Julius showed off, Julius, by the way, an Imogen Form PR lead, showed off to us the hook shot that was originally supposed to be in Dig 1. We were just baffled.
Nice.
Yeah, as others are pointing out in chat towards me 2-0 or T2-0, it's very difficult to tell who's ahead, simply because it's a cash on hand goal. So for those of you just joining us now, once again, the goal of this round of the tournament is to have the most cash on hand at the end of the 20-minute marker, which we are down to just over 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
It really stresses thrifty shopping and routing to allow you to get to the most high-value minerals. So it requires a really good knowledge of the game, too, a good working knowledge. And in the event that you get an unfortunate blood drop, because blood drops are only worth the original ones are worth 6, you got to take some menuing to get around and delete it so that you can get a higher value ore in that slot. Because your bag slots, you're seeing most of these guys only have bag slot upgrade number 1.
Yeah, and that would mean they can only carry 3 ores, right, or 1 gem, unless they install the mod or the cog. I mean, yeah.
So Barramundo just showed off the early break into the Eastern Temple, which really blew my mind the first time I saw it, because I forgot that you could completely get access to the temple that early. And I believe he just bought the 2-gem cog mod, which is very useful in the Eastern Temple because there's a lot of high-value ores or gems there. The Imaginite, the Bismuth, among others that are also down there.
Yeah, exactly. And the Imaginite is actually I think that's the most valuable gem in the whole game. If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's worth $80.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, from start. Yeah, and as you said, now the NPCs in El Maquino, they have reset, even though they were standing in a group as in the first sequence when they broke it.
Yeah, I think the game doesn't expect... Well, you can't kill yourself without sequence breaking and get to the town. So there's definitely a flag when you get Fen that I guess automatically completes when you return to town through normal means, as in taking the tube up.
Mm. Yeah, I think you're right. In the chat, the cryptium that you can only find in Vectrum, it's worth 50 from start.
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil anything about it, but the cryptium definitely has something special about it. We'll just put it that way.
That's right.
Also, as you see, the hook shot definitely has more uses than just getting yourself places. You can use it to redirect enemies. You can use it to kill certain enemies, like the flaming birds that we're going to be potentially seeing soon.
Yeah.
And it can also pick up ore, which there is a Steam achievement tied to that.
Nice.
It can also trigger explosive barrels, which is extremely handy.
Mm. Yeah, can definitely. Nice. You're so anxious to pick up some Zoinkium, which is a nice flirt with another studio in Göteborg, Gothenburg, if you have heard about Zoink, perhaps.
Yeah, Zoink is more or less a partner with Imogen Form as far as public events go, and they share employees occasionally, so they're very friendly terms, and they honored them by putting in an ore named after them in Dig 2.
Yep. Oh wow, Vermondo and Devil Tifa is almost at the same.
Yeah, we're deep in Eastern Temple now. We're going for the high value ore now.
Wow.
By this point in the game, you really should have gone to Vectron and gotten the jetpack, which would make getting through here a lot less painful and potentially quicker, but quicker in the aspect that you'd be able to get through it quicker, but you're still slower getting there without going to Vectron. And it seems they've taken the health upgrades just so they can get the lava immunity.
Yeah. But Devil Tifa only have 2 hearts left, and Vermondo has 3, so it's exciting. Oh wow, what's the fall damage?
It's probably going to take a quick tube up to restore health after getting this ore here.
Nice.
Yeah, when you teleport back to town, you gain all of your light health and water. And you can also play around with your water consumption items that you like, the pressure bomb, the grenades, because your water instantly refills. Yeah, it's incredibly difficult to follow just who is in the lead. As you saw Devil Tifa do right there, you can kill those flame birds with the hook shot, which is incredibly useful. And I think intended mechanic.
Mm.
Now we have the most tricky part of the hookshot only route, where if you had the long shot, it would be a lot easier to get through here. It'd be relatively safe.
Yeah.
But with hookshot only.
Exactly. And those fire birds, they are nasty because they explode, so that you can get in a lot of pain if you don't watch out.
But they're also very helpful too for getting through here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so we're now up to 6 bag slots. I believe I'm seeing correctly here on 3 of our contestants, whereas Barramundo has 5.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh no, I think we may only be at 5 bag slots. I don't know. My eyesight isn't very good anymore.
Yeah. No, all of them have 5 right now, I think. Right? Or maybe.
I was misreading the name tag. I thought there was one of the bag slots underneath the name tag. That's what I was thinking.
Mm.
All right, so the area that Barramundo is in right now is full of high-value ore, like to the brim.
Yeah.
It's the single most profitable area outside of potentially farming snails in the Arrow.
Yeah.
Because the snails can drop the 23 gold blood gems.
Nice. And actually, I just think Barramundo, he got that Imagine It we were talking about before, the really valuable one. So that's, yeah.
I think there are 8 or 9 of them total in the temple.
Yeah.
So definitely having the double rainbow Kog'Maw, the one that lets you have 2 gems, is super value here.
Definitely.
All right, we are down to the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
It's amazing how time just flies by.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have got... Oh, we had a self-destruct in the lava there. I probably forgot an upgrade. Yep. Definitely want the lava immunity when you're traversing through the Eastern Temple with only the hookshot.
Yeah, for sure. You need to be able to touch that lava and then use the hookshot, as you said. And those boots are also effective on poisonous water, right? Or the...
Yes, they're also they're double useful, as in Yarrow, where there is the venom or the poison pools.
Exactly.
Doesn't make you immune to falling magma or acid, but it definitely prevents you from pooled lava and acid.
Yeah.
All right, so all 4 of our current screen contestants are in the richest portion of the Eastern Temple.
Oh, and we're seeing some. Was it a high priest that is attacking Barramundo?
Oh yeah, those guys, they're fun. They actually can help you mine out. The cultists are also somewhat useful for mining out in this area as well, but not nearly as much as the cultists that shoot the fire.
Exactly.
Also, at this point, before the conclusion of the race, I want to give a shout out to the French streamers. They've done a lot of really hard work to set this up, and we hope you guys enjoy it as it progresses.
Yes. Yeah, they've been amazing. Really.
Ulteam Decathlon team in particular, but everyone involved too.
Wow, we're almost down to 1 minute. This is exciting. And now we have Soph has 6 slots in his bag.
Okay, so I wasn't just seeing things.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, that would be interesting.
All right. Let's hope that our contestants are also running timers so that they know just how little time they have left to get back to the surface and sell what they have on hand.
Exactly, because that's what counts, right? It's not what you have in your bag, it's the cash at hand.
Yep, you have to sell it. And if it's not sold, it doesn't count. All right, we're down to 30 seconds.
Wow.
Clutch time. All right, looks like Barramundo did a quick safety sell, and I think he's going to call it there.
Yeah.
I think Zoff is finishing up too with his cell.
1,327. And what did Vermondo had?
I couldn't see him because we switched over. I'm just looking to see where everybody is.
Yep. Interesting.
All right, looks like everyone on the screen is calling it, and we are at the end of the preliminary round.
Nice. Yep.
Wow, that was tense.
Yes. Wow, 20 minutes went by so fast. So now we're just awaiting the results, right?
Yeah, so we have 1273, 490 for Anks.
Yeah. Sadly, not enough.
No, unfortunately not. I mean, it's a really tough category because you have to spend so wisely.
Yep, definitely.
And it looks like it was pretty close towards the top three. Unfortunately, Anks just I think he bought a little more than he should have.
Yeah, probably.
But Anxis is he's very active in the community, and we appreciate everything he's done in there. not to disparage him.
Exactly, that's great.
So, what do you think about that, Paulina? Because that was pretty tense there.
That was tense. It was brilliant. I didn't know which one to focus on at times, so it was. I'm just amazed. It's just brilliant that someone can do it that fast. And I mean, they were down on levels that would take me hours to get to. So yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Vaughn in chat asked to see the full design of the shirt. It's the shirt that was made available for PAX East at 2017 this year. We were all wearing them. It's a very comfy shirt too. It's nice and form-fitting for my my slender shape. So yeah, all of the cash grab scores are going to be submitted, and we'll be seeing the final results shortly.
That would be exciting.
Just because we had 4 streams on the front here doesn't mean that they were the ones who performed potentially the best. We could have had a lot of people who were also involved in submitting their scores as well, just off the main stream here.
That's true. That's true. It could be someone we didn't see. So. And yeah, exciting.
So that right there is a quick taste of what the current SteamWorld Dig 2 run looks like. It's much more geared towards getting money as opposed to going fast, but there's still a lot of going fast going on.
Yes, for sure. I would definitely call that going fast.
In fact, sometimes you go so fast that you're like, you just have to coordinate with yourself for a second, like, oh, right, I completely overshot that by a long shot because I double jumped way over it.
Yeah, and forgetting the lava boots, that was sad.
That was a costly misinvestment there, but when you're trying to cut your menuing time down, sometimes maybe he thought he clicked it and didn't.
Exactly, yeah. Could happen to anyone.
Because menuing is the bane of most speedrunners, I would say, especially with the Final Fantasy IV runs, for example, where you're trying to manipulate an underflow. All right, so I'm really looking forward to the results of this. I want to see who's moving on to the official first round and getting involved in the go fast category. I think we're restraining from calling it essentially any percent because we just want to go fast.
Exactly. Will they be posted to the page right away?
That I'm not certain of, but it looks like Twin and Real Myop and the rest of the Ulteam crew are definitely on it.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for that, let's see. You have Julius coming by later today, correct?
Yes, he promised us we will drop by, and I think maybe in an hour or so, or not even now. Yeah. So,
is he going to be stopping by physically, or is he going to be joining us on online?
He will join us online, but he said he will be at least, how do you say? I think he will be on camera too. They can be able to set that up. So that would be fun for sure. Yeah.
I hope he coordinated.
Yes, exactly. So that would actually that would be a lot of fun. I'm hoping that we can see some of the other guys joining us the Sundays that are coming up. We can get some different people joining
Yeah,
us.
you have Jacob coming next week, right? Or next date?
I'm not sure who was planned yet.
Oh, we have our results in for a majority of the players.
Look at that.
Looks like Barramundo took the lead by a short $50, followed by Zoff, Devil Tifa, and then we have a bunch of people who were not on stream also in the top there.
Very nice. That's impressive.
It was pretty tight. Looking like it came down to a couple of purchase decisions and potentially people who were unfamiliar with the run to get so far into the game so early.
Exactly. And also, do you remember now if Barramundo got the first $50 diamond in the start?
No, Zoff I think was the only one who went for that.
And still.
Yeah, pretty sure Zoff was the only one who attempted to go for it. It cost him a little time because he couldn't quite get those corner jumps just right.
Right.
Which they're tough. On like 2 tiles, you don't have a whole lot of room to wiggle with. They're even worse on 1 tile, but thanks to the double jump anywhere, you really don't have to worry about 1 tile corner jumps anymore.
Right. Mm-hmm.
For reference, tile is the terminology that the game itself uses when it describes Rusty at the beginning of the game as being 1 tile high.
That's true. When you see that wanted poster.
Yeah, corner jumps rely on the fact that you're not actually an entire tile wide, though. In fact, your character is parabolic, in that you force yourself around the corner. You're kind of shaped like an egg, more or less, and your collision forces itself around the corner, and that allows you to make a corner jump. And that was the crux of the SteamWorld Dig 1 speedrun that I kind of just discovered by accident.
Nice, I did not know that. That's interesting. So now we have another race coming up, right?
Yes, we have the second round coming up, which is the 1 hour cutoff any percent category race.
Yeah. So, but we are expecting some people to do it below 1 hour, am I right?
Yes, I think we'll be going to cutting the time at 1 hour, but I think a lot of our runners will be able to do it in less than that.
Yeah. I could not do it in less than 1 hour, I'm sure. So this will be super exciting. It's brilliant.
Yeah, my last time I came up with was 1 hour and 3 minutes, and that was about a week and a half ago.
That's nice. That's still impressive, I think.
Well, I still haven't beaten Jacob, and he's sure to rub that in my face.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, SteamWorld Dig 1's speed tech was very limited in that you only really needed to learn how to corner jump to do virtually most of the run. The rest of it was relying on RNG to be kind to you so that you could dig through the world faster through like softer earth or even the one-hit tiles that crumble underneath you.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With Dig 2, we have a lot more tools to play with, and it's a really fun speed game.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be very, very interesting to see what upgrades and what path people would take, for sure.
Oh, and a little thing that we might not have explained, the game is being run on normal difficulty just to even everything out. The main differences between normal and easy is that I believe enemies have less health. They also, the grenade upgrade has a larger explosion radius.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, let's go fast.
Yes.
And it looks like Brother Main has replaced Anxist on the main screen here.
Yeah. And the pain of going so slow in the beginning when you can sprint. This is horrible.
At least the time between getting the speed upgrade in Dig 2 is shorter than it was in Dig 1.
Yeah, that's good.
Also, as a quick aside, although we are displaying in RTA with the real-time attack method on the stream just for convenience, the Dig 2 run is based on in-game time, which keeps the timer running for everything but cutscenes, loading scenes, and menu time. That way, times are consistent across platforms with different power systems. So, like, my laptop would be able to submit a time that is, it's an 8-year-old laptop, but it would be the same as someone who submitted it on a current high-end PC.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the world record right now is 29 minutes and 41 seconds by Sof. So that would be...
our very own Zoff up on the screen, top right corner right now, is the current world record holder at just under sub 30.
That's amazing. So let's see how he does today.
In fact, all of these players, I believe, have very good times on the schedule, and so we should have. It'll come down to execution, I believe, for the first round here.
For not making any mistakes, like you said before, in the menus when you go fast, it could be the deal breaker, so to speak. If you miss anything.
This break here is very finicky because you have to. What we've been referring to as like water skipping or lava skipping, where you just skip across the surface and maintain your momentum.
Yeah.
It essentially allows you to do the double jump, and it maintains all that momentum into your vertical jump height.
Nice. So Sof and Berimondo just entered Yarrow, and now Devil Thief as well.
Yeah, it's incredibly close still, and it's because their execution is mostly on point here. Just gotta watch out for those snails because they are killers.
Nasty creatures.
So, as we mentioned during the cash grab round, we skip the first boss of the game, which takes away our mini map. It's the first major break of the game is to essentially skip, a story element.
Yep.
As far as times go, a lot of people have been putting in between 30 and 45-minute runs, which is it's pretty good. You're on your way to a very speed run time of, the low 30s.
Yeah, which was something I can say the guys said that the office did not think was possible at first. So it's pretty amazing, really.
Yeah, it's funny. The stuff that makes the game fast is stuff they didn't think was possible. So, like getting out of the Temple of Guidance.
Exactly. Yeah.
We just needed a little guidance to get out.
Right. Yeah, and as you said before, if we have anyone new watching, the NPCs in El Macuno are standing like they do in the first sequence of the game, since this was, how do you say, they sort of broke the game, so the initial sequence has not started like it would normally do.
Yeah, by entering El Machino through not the regular way, you're breaking the game's logic so that they're still standing in the position that they are during the cutscene that you get when you arrive there.
Exactly.
But exiting and re-entering through a normal method, a la through the tube or through the ladders on either side of the town, resets them to their normal positions. You can interact with them normally.
Yeah. Nice.
And here we have that fun little skip coming up with the pressure bomb.
Nice.
Why solve puzzles when we can just put the car in reverse, right?
Exactly. It's brilliant. So everyone goes for that secret area in the beginning there. Gets the cog. Oh, we have Berimondo and Devil Thief at the same, almost exact same position, right?
Zoff appears to be, I want to say, about 15 to 16 seconds ahead, but the other three appear to be right on par. In fact, I guess you could say that they are synced.
Yeah, pretty much. It looks like looking at the
Sorry, Paulina.
text.
That's a Speed Gaming channel pun there, because they have an emote that is literally a kitchen sink. Alright, so we are at the Jackhammer dungeon now with Zoff and everyone else very shortly coming upon it.
Yeah.
A little interesting thing there that we've been experimenting recently with that you saw Zoff do was basically go through that door before it was fully open. Doors exist in a weird state in this game. Unless the switch for them is pressed, they are considered closed. Even if they look like they're open, they are closed. But as soon as the switch is hit, it is then open, even if it appears closed. There's another door that we get to that looks closed, but you can definitely go in and is part of a logic break in that you get access to the boss without the door being open or having any real inclination to do it because you don't suspect the bad guy of anything.
That's true. Okay.
The goal for this run right now is to complete the game as fast as possible. We are past the cash grab round, and now we are on the second round to cut down the number of contestants that we currently have.
Yep. Oh, and Barramundo and Devil Tifa is pretty much at the same place again.
Yeah, Brother Tifa and Barramundo all pretty close to being synced up here. And
now they got their jackhammer, which is... Yeah, you need that one to dig through, as you said before, the harder types. But
well, I think need is a bit of a strong word because there has been a semi-viable method to skip the jackhammer involving the Deathsplosions cog mod that's available right at the beginning of the game.
Interesting.
It requires guiding beetles and other enemies to brick blocks in order to cause them to destroy them with the Deathsplosion.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Alright, so we are coming upon Oasis here, where we get our hookshot, aka the best upgrade in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Who needs a jetpack when you can just whip yourself around? Although, to be fair, I kind of missed the Steam Punch from Dig 1. I mean, the pressure bomb's cool, but nothing like throwing your fist across the screen.
That's true. So the Oasis is actually where the humans live in SteamWorld Dig 2.
Yeah, for those not familiar with the story or the lore of the SteamWorld universe, the humans are called Shiners, because apparently they love moonshine. And Oasis is the last bastion of humanity, and, well, let's just say that people are terrible.
Exactly.
Wow, that hook shot double jump there just impresses me every time, because it looks so sleek and cool.
Yeah, I love it how Soft is working his way down with the hook shot as well.
In reference to the chat, SteamWorld Dig 2 is not procedurally generated like SteamWorld Dig 1 was. Image Inform's development team has grown significantly since Dig 1 was released, and they now have full-time level designers to handcraft this game.
Yep.
And every game going forward.
Exactly.
So one thing that, because I've been watching a lot of SteamWorld Dig 2 on Twitch because, you know, I like the game. I like watching people play it because it's fun to watch a game not as a speed run after you've done it so many times.
Right.
And one thing I noticed is that a lot of people don't know that you can use a hook shot to cancel fall damage. You just hook shot down to the ground.
Exactly. No, yeah, I think that takes a...
Because physics works like that.
Yeah, that's true. But that takes a couple of times. If you're not familiar, like you said, if you're new to the game or haven't played, played it for a bit, maybe you would not do that, like try that out for the first time. And you would just think that the hook shot was for getting upwards and not, as you said, reduce the fall damage.
In reference to Altoris, yes, Image Inform is the same studio that did SteamWorld Heist. And I agree. I loved SteamWorld Heist. It wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but I loved it. It was definitely a genre shift from Dig 1, which is what people were expecting with Heist, but then they got turn-based 2D shooter, or as I heard so many times at PAX, 2D XCOM.
Yeah. And timeline-wise, in the Steam world, in the actual Steam world, SteamWorld Heist would be after the story of SteamWorld Dig 2.
Although not immediately after. There's still some room for some time to pass in between Dig 2 and Heist. So who knows what could happen with the SteamWorld universe.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. That's true.
Also, as a fun aside, I was discussing this with Brian. This route doesn't get I believe doesn't get the jetpack anymore at all. So getting the jetpack requires you to go to an area of the game which triggers the events of SteamWorld Heist. If you don't go to that area of the game, you don't trigger SteamWorld Heist. Do we create a paradox in Dig 2?
Mysterious.
And my favorite puzzle, the one that I failed so many times the first time I played it because I didn't realize there was a pattern. I thought it was random.
With the arrows? That's horrible. Yep. Took me a couple of tries as well.
So as Real Myop is saying in chat, the main objective of the game is, of course, to defeat the boss. But in order to do that, we have to complete some sub-objectives, which is to destroy these supposed devices of doom that Rusty, the protagonist of Dig 1, set up in order to cause the earthquakes that are tearing Tumbletown and everywhere else apart. But we skip one because we didn't want to completely destroy all of Rusty's work. We skip one as part of a separate quest that causes some very fun things to happen.
Nice. Yep.
So there are 3 devices of doom and destruction, and I forget what the names of the other 2 are, but one is located in the Temple of Guidance, which we just did here. The other is located in the bottom of Yarrow, which is typically the last one that we do because Yarrow's dirt is much harder packed and harder to get through than the Eastern Temples. And then there's also one at the end of the Eastern Temple. They're all part of the main quest, whereas the 4th generator, which is also in the Eastern Temple, is part of a secondary quest that opens up Vectron. However, if we open up Vectron, we have to complete it. After that point, Oasis is no longer set in this weird state that allows you to go into the boss's room early. So as long as you complete the first quest for the 3 generators, you don't have to complete the second quest for the 4th one in order to progress.
Wow.
The hook tricks are extremely very tough to pull off if you're not super familiar with them because you're moving so fast that with the hook shot, you gotta time it so good. I've put in a little bit of time on the hook shot jumps, and it still feels alien to me. So I can understand difficulty in getting it just right.
I'm impressed. That's why I'm actually a bit baffled. This is amazing. Just to be able to speedrun this game so fast, it's I'm very much impressed. Or how do you say? I'm very impressed. And it just goes by so fast. I don't even. It's interesting to see what kind of cogs they're picking. But did you notice if they did anything very? How do you say? If anyone did anything very not so similar to the other ones?
I think the routes have been very, very close. If anything, the difference is their structure of getting through the overworld map.
Right. Yeah.
Although it appears Barramundo does not have lava immunity yet.
Exactly, and that, as we know, that could be dangerous.
They'll definitely want to get it soon.
Yeah.
Because it's almost time for the lava skip.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not necessary, but it's a nice safety net to have.
Definitely.
Also, the golden upgrade cogs take 3 pickaxe swings with your non-ignition axe, but they only take 1 jackhammer punch to get through.
Mm. Oh wow, those creepy golems in the fire.
Not nearly as creepy as the golems we won't be seeing.
That's true.
My first time going through Vectron, I literally sent a message to Julius and Brian and said, "Yo, thanks for the jump scare."
Yeah, that was scary. I agree. And then the whole mood just changes, the music and everything. Super.
Yeah, and when your lamp goes out, you get a different music too.
Definitely. Yep. That's scary.
So lava golems, you really don't want to touch them because they do, I think, 1.5 hearts of damage, whereas lava and lava drops only do about half a heart.
Yep.
Either a half or a full, but the lava golems definitely do a lot more than the lava.
Did Devil Tifa pick up the boots? Oops.
Brother Main was going for the hook jump across the lava gap, but it looks like he's taken the slightly slower method.
Yeah.
Yeah, Berumando did a huge jump across the lava, and that saved him so much time.
Yep.
Unfortunately, now he has to swim through some lava.
So yeah, what I can see, both Stuff and Devil Tifa, they have the boots, and Berumundo as well, right? But Brother Main has not activated it.
Yeah, he might be waiting until it's lava skipping time to actually get the lava boots.
Exactly. I'm just so fascinated. This is, yeah. Oh no, he ran out of light. Brother Main doesn't have any light left.
That's all right.
Yeah, I think so. Just in this part of the game, it doesn't affect you as much as it would in another part, because here you have the lighting, or how do you say, the light from the fire and the lava pools, so it looks alright anyways.
Yes, SteamWorld Dig 2 is a direct sequel to SteamWorld Dig 1. SteamWorld Dig, since it doesn't have a numeration on it. Unlike Heist, which everyone was really confused thinking that it was the sequel to it, but as Brian told me to tell people at the conventions, it's the sequel to the sequel that they haven't made yet. Which is now the sequel to the sequel that they have made. Yeah, the soundtrack was done in part by the same genius that did Hotline Miami.
Exactly, Elu Erbo. He's very talented.
I loved Hotline Miami's music. It was so good.
Yep.
And Heist soundtrack is really good too. To all the haters out there, it was a very finely put together soundtrack. I would love to see a SteamWorld Dig 2 randomizer where it randomizes the locations of the cogs and the upgrades with each other, and randomizes all the entrances.
That would be very interesting, and that would be interesting to, do other conversations with that as well.
Yeah, just because we only have 4 people up on the screen here, there are 18 people in this any percent race. So what we are not seeing off the screen could potentially be someone keeping pace or even ahead of the people on screen at the current time. Although I'm sure if there was someone that the commentary and the channels would see as the head, they would definitely probably switch them up front. I know I contradicted myself. There was definitely probably, but it's definitely better than probably nothing.
Yeah, I think you're good. So now we're 20 minutes into the hour, sort of.
Which means that for the current any percent route, we are 2/3 of the way through.
Exactly. And to beat the world record, you only have, what did we say? 9 more minutes?
9 minutes at this point, yes, to beat the current world record. So we got to get some world recce hype in the channel, maybe.
Exactly.
The route is still going through optimization too, so it's not entirely impossible to get a world record on stream for a tournament.
It's true.
Because, and not to put anything against GDQ, I love GDQ, but these guys are not going for safety strats, really. Because while this is a tournament and it's being live streamed, it's not a marathon, so we're not going for marathon safety strats.
Oh wow! Look at that! Just straight forward, down, digging in Yarrow.
And as much as we would like to say that the Ultra Composite Armor, the final upgrade there in the temple, would be safety strats, the boss does a ton of damage, and the route currently involves using her attacks against her. So taking damage is actually useful in the final boss fight, and reducing damage from that by half, absolutely worth it for the time investment.
Yeah. And it's a hard fight, even when you don't have to speedrun. So that will be very interesting.
The what we've been loosely referring to, or rather, not really being super duper serious about, the low percent run only has 5 upgrades in it, and it's kind of funny. It takes the lamp, which they may even skip. No, because we still have to go into Archaea for a period of time. So the lamp, the pressure bombs, the +1 upgrade to the pressure bombs. I'm forgetting what the other 2 are. The hook shot, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Not the long shot, unfortunately. Long shot's really fun to play with, but it just doesn't have a place in that low qualification.
Yeah.
So it looks like at this point Barramundo has all of the cog mods he wants, because he just skipped over a real easy cog there.
Ah. Yeah, he did.
Oh boy, Devil. Okay,
Wow.
Tifa got through that snail trap. That they were going hard.
Wow, it's so hard to know who to focus on right now, because it's all happening very fast. And this is
very nice drop, rock drop skip right there. Just hook shot right under it.
Yeah.
So as you're seeing right now on Zoff screen, the Jackhammer is a really fun but also potentially dangerous upgrade that allows you to get pulled forward when you break a block. And by forward, it means the direction that you're using the Jackhammer in. It has some very interesting applications for travel speed, because it basically more or less quadruples your run speed to pull you forward.
Yeah.
It's possible to fly entirely across the Eastern Desert with the correct block.
Oh.
All right, now my favorite part of Yarrow, the mosquito minefield, because you get to use your hook shot to kill mosquitoes and break some dirt, potentially even save yourself some digging time.
Yeah. Yeah, those are dangerous little creatures if you're not careful.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Barramundo has about, I want to say, 10 to 15 second lead at the current time. Since we can't see their map, we can't really tell where they are in relation to each other without being intimately familiar, which I'll admit I am not as intimately familiar as I would like to be, but
maybe next time.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be putting more work into it.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is also a part where you would normally have the jetpack, and then you would be able to fly through those blocks of where Barramundo is at this point of the game. But since they skipped
yes, that's one of the 2 areas initially that we needed the pressure bomb's first upgrade to get to, because without the first upgrade, it doesn't reach far enough to be able to get through those respawning blocks.
Exactly.
My co-commentator is Paulina Lorneff from Image and Form, and she is Ms. Gamer SE on both Twitter and Twitch, right?
That's correct. Yep. So I'm currently working in the marketing team at Image Inform, together with Julius and Brian, who is our CEO. And we also have Marco. So we're 4 people in the marketing team right now. Yeah, I see Real Myop is handling the chat there very good as well.
Yeah, not to toot my own horn, but the reason that I was asked to do commentary for this is because of my involvement with the SteamWorld Dig 1 community, which shout out to you guys. You're great. A lot of you are still here with us.
Oh, Permondo is actually, he's facing the boss
Armando
now.
has engaged Rosie. If he can beat her in 3 minutes...
That's a new record. That would be amazing. But this is a hard fight, even with all the upgrades and like...
Oh, hey, Feasel. Not to ruin your command there, but there is an underscore in there. So yeah, boss strats. Now that we're here, the boss is interesting. She has some phases. She has some health, but she takes variable damage from different sources. So the pressure bomb actually does more damage to her. So you can force her into her weak phase sooner. There's also a bug that we're exploring with her invulnerability, where we potentially take a health upgrade called the Aramid Armor to reflect a projectile at her. And occasionally when she gets hit with one of these projectiles while she is doing her bullet punch, it breaks her barrier early. So it forces her through a phase skip earlier, or a phase transition earlier.
Oh, wow.
There's also the potential of using the Death Explosions COG mod to break her barrier, although that one seems to be a bit more difficult to get.
Yeah. I think the first time I played Rosie, it took me like 45 minutes to get past her. It was horrible. So, yeah.
The boss fight, it may look simple, but it is treacherously simple looking.
Yeah.
She does a lot of damage. She moves very fast. There are enemies spawned, which can actually help you quite often because when an enemy is killed by the environment, they drop rainbow orbs, which give... Ooh, Baru taking a death. That's their rip world wrecky.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's gotta hurt. Zoff is still... He looks like he's on phase 3, based on the health. Moving into phase 4 here.
But that's... Yeah, she is really treacherous. Because some of those missiles are... what's the word in English? Is it goal searching? It's... it feels like they're
homing.
actually... Yeah. That's the word. Yeah, you can see it right now.
I would say heat seeking, but they're steam buffs, so steam seeking?
Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, when an enemy is killed by the environment, it drops a rainbow orb, which is water, health, and light.
Right. Oh, watch out. Nice. So Zoff is actually...
Okay.
Oh,
Zoff, you gotta be careful, dude.
No! Oh my god, that was close.
And with each phase, the acid on the lower level rises higher, so you have less room on the bottom to escape to.
Yeah, exactly. Now she's gonna... Yeah.
Ooh, the Aramid Armor reflected the wrong projectile to potentially trigger an early boss phase. Yeah. Or weak phase.
Oh, watch out.
He's using those health drops.
Yep. Oh no! Oh, he got scrapped. Okay, so now we have Devil Tifa, who's on the... Is it maybe one more shot he needs at the boss, or is it maybe 2 more phases? Let's see.
I think we have 2 more for Tifa, and Baru's got at least another 3 phases, and Zoff... Oh no, he had to restart.
Yeah. You got scrapped.
Sorry, I got distracted by a Discord notification on my phone, and I didn't see Zoff take the kill.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. But now we have to, really look here at Devil Tifa. It's exciting, but he has full health, so that's really good. But it's hard to maintain that here with all those cannonballs flying around as well, and she's furious at this point of the game. Rosie. But it's looking good.
All right, so we're at 31 minutes, and we're all on the boss in varying phases, but Tifa is looking to be potentially within the first completion.
Yep.
Provided nothing goes wrong, it's full health, so there's good cause to say that it's closer to safe. I won't say safe. Oh,
yeah,
it should be a killing blow.
It should be. That should be it.
So here we have a little logic break with the smallest one in the game, where Rosie has the jetpack temporarily, or Dorothy has the jetpack.
Yeah.
Which we did not get.
Exactly. Yeah. I think. Oh.
All right, Beru is on the last phase.
Exactly. So close.
Safe health amount, but not super safe. Because anything short of full is not super safe.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah, because she deals a lot of damage. Yeah, she took 2 hearts at once there, I think. So yeah.
And without the ultra composite armor, she does 4 health per hit.
Yeah. That's...
Because the ultra composite armor is strict half damage.
That's true.
And those punches send you flying across the stage in usually a direction that you can't really control.
Yeah. And you could also, if you're unlucky, you could end up on another enemy. One of those nasty birds.
All right, Beru's coming up on the final hit.
Ah, nice. Yes.
And Devil Tifa is done.
Yep. Very nice. Yeah. Good job, Devil Tifa.
Baramandu now has the escape.
Yep.
And Brother Main appears to be on the either second to last or last phase. It's kind of hard with the health bar to really gauge, especially because the pressure bomb does extra damage to Rosie.
Yep. Oh, this is so impressive.
It looked like Zoff tried to get the early boss weak phase there by reflecting the bullet, or that may have just been the timing of where he was.
Oh, yeah. Watch out. Two and a half.
We got some brick break plus missiles going on here. Alright, Beru completed his escape and now is on the final end cutscene.
Yes. Yeah,
and Brother Main's on final phase, as well as I think Zoff is about to finish off the final phase.
Yes.
Brother Main now should be close to the final rocket.
Yep. Not. Oh yeah. Shouldn't be that much left. Good job, Zoff.
Brother's taking a lot of damage though. You gotta be careful.
Oh. Yep. Good eye there.
All right, so we got the rocket punches, which means that a rocket should be soon.
Yep.
And I think the pattern for Rosie is if she hits you with her rocket punches twice, she goes. She stops rocket punching.
Yep. I think that's it. Oh yes.
All right,
oh, yes.
Brother Main's coming up on the end.
Good job.
Slipped off for a moment there. A little salt slid him off there.
Yep. But he made it. Awesome.
All right, so we see Brother Main's in his escape. Devil Tifa has time.
Oh yeah. I think it's very small on my screen, but it says 31:24. Could that be correct for Devil Tifa?
Yeah, I'm having a bit. Yeah, there we go. Whoa, what does that in-game time say? 28
What? Where?
on Devil Tifa's screen.
Aha.
Now we have some more of our runners up here, which we are progressing through. It seems these four right now progressing through Yarrow. which means that they've probably already gone through the Eastern Temple.
Yep.
If they're following the same route, that is. It would be immature of me to say that they're following the same route, because people play it the way that they've learned how to play it.
Exactly, and as you said before, we can't really exactly tell because we don't have the minimap. So it's we just.
Oh, it looks like Julius is here.
Yep.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions specifically for Julius of Image Inform, he's in the chat as ImageForm Dev.
Yep.
And I believe because he's not a channel admin for Discord, he'll have to get moved in later for the Q&A.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it's great to have you here, Julius.
So this portion of Yarrow is very treacherous. The amount of acid drops and potential pitfalls with snails in them is incredibly high.
Yep. I mean, it's treacherous even when you have all the upgrades, and now we have, for sure, some of the players have skipped a lot of them. So, yeah.
So, since we've seen the game, we didn't see a lot of it. I suppose in addition to doing commentary on the current position of our runners, we could also talk about like things that are not going to be seen in the speed run.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Oh, there we go. We've got Vandal on the boss. That's cool.
Yes, nice.
And in a really fast time too. Still, he's at 37 minutes, which means he probably will finish with no mistakes. Close to 40 minutes. That's still a respectable time.
Very much so. Yeah. Yeah.
Best soup. I'm gonna go with chili. Any good beef chili that has beans and a lot of veggies in it, but only veggies that really complement chili. So tomatoes and stuff like that. I mean, you could say a tomato's a fruit or a veggie. I consider it a vegetable as far as chili goes.
It's good.
Also, best video game soup is the one from the Wind Waker, because you get 2 uses of it and it refills you completely.
Nice. I'm excited for Vandal here. Also.
Okay, so for things that we won't see in the speed run, the jetpack, the most obvious upgrade that gets missed is the one that you pick up after you venture through Vectron, which I'm not going to go into spoiler mode for Vectron because Vectron's really cool and it's very ambient. Its ambiance is super creepy, yep. For lack of a better word. The jetpack allows you initially limited vertical and horizontal movement through the world. Oh, Vandal's coming up on the end of phase 4.
Nice. And you can also jetpack through some of the weaker tiles, which will make it go faster.
There's a separate upgrade available for the jetpack that allows you to break through 1 damage tiles.
That's true. Yeah, you need an
And it's originally how you're supposed to gain access to Oasis.
Yep, that's true.
That's its primary use, is to get you to the back door of Oasis. But because we never trigger Oasis being blocked off by logic breaking, you don't need to. That alone, that logic break alone saves so much time.
Yep, very clever. Oh, she's mean. She deals a lot of damage. Oh, watch out, Vandal.
The rockets do some serious damage too. I think they do a heart and a half if they hit you. Whereas the bullets do a half, and I think the rockets, the chain homing rockets do a whole heart. All right, Vandal finishing up.
Nice, good job.
And we've got Zigoigoi CV on on Rosie's phase 2. Yeah, her phase 3.
Yeah.
And we also have Mohawk on Rosie's phase 2. And it looks like Edern is working his way down. His or her way down.
Exactly.
So yeah, Vandal right around that 40-minute mark, like I was thinking. So he must have a perfect fight, or as perfect as he could.
Yes, exactly.
As perfect as Rosie will let you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think everyone's doing it below the hour. That's very respectable.
Also, for those curious, there is a damage reflect, or rather a counter cog mod. It does not hurt Rosie. So when you take damage, the enemy who damaged you would also take damage. It unfortunately does not hurt Rosie.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Other upgrades we don't see. The long shot, my favorite upgrade in the game because it has a ridiculous link. Oh no!
No! Oh, see, goy.
He even had a ton of health too, but was not managing the damage income very well. Although Rosie has a way of making you pay.
Exactly, and the poisonous pool at the bottom that's tough enemy as well.
I thought Mohawk had accidentally triggered Rosie's weak phase.
Nice. Oh, staying so close to the bottom.
The composite armor reduces Rosie's body damage from 4 to 2. And it reduces everything else by half as well, except I think maybe the purple orbs. They're weird.
Yeah.
Oh, La Chamette, another very active Discord member, is on Rosie's fight.
Very nice. Yeah, I think La Chamette and Mohawk are... oh, yeah. They're pretty much at the same... Oh, I'm sorry, La Chamette. Just got scrapped, but just on it again.
It also doesn't take much time to get to the Ultra Composite Armor. I think it's all of maybe a 12-second route diversion. Oh no, Mohawk, please! Use that jackhammer, it breaks everything. The game was released on September 21st for the Switch and the 22nd or 23rd for PC, Mac, and Linux on Steam. And I think it just came out for Vita and PS4 as well recently.
Yes, that's correct. I think it was the 26th to PlayStation and, as you said, Vita.
Oh, Zigor playing it dangerous. 1 heart right now.
Oh, wow. Aww.
Oh, no.
Oh.
See, the long shot is extremely useful in this fight as well because it can not only can get you to the ceiling, it can also break the health orbs, the health orb pickups. Yep. Oh, and La Chamette finished the fight, it looks like? No, it's just starting. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The beginning and the end of the fight look really similar.
Yes. As you're running towards that door.
As far as we are aware, there are no differences in the speed strats for PC, Mac, Linux, and console, although I believe most of our players in the Discord have been using the PC version. So I won't say definitively that there's nothing different between the two, or rather the different platforms.
Mm. Yeah, so La Chamette and Sigoi is at the same phase.
Although, as far as fun, PC definitely has the ability to do things like joy to key and find out that you can register upwards of, I think it was 56 inputs at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So for playing around and discovering the limits of the game, PC has the advantage. We'll say that way.
Nice. Yeah, La Chamette.
Oh yeah, we can't discount the IQ. We have to consider the IQ. I mean, it was the leading console, I believe, for Ocarina of Time when the first, well, not the first, but like the major wrong warps were found to get to Ganon's Tower. Let's see. Any other upgrades that talk about that you never see in the speedrun? Oh, the grenade. We do get the grenade. Or did we? Oh no, we don't get the grenade anymore because we skip having to blow up the mushrooms in Yarrow in order to gain early access to it. The grenade's really useful, or at least it was for a little while. Rip grenade. You were useful for all of about maybe a week.
Yeah.
It's essentially a pressure bomb, but it bounces and it doesn't stick to surfaces, and it has a wider range of tile destruction.
So you can...
And it used to be used to destroy the ground tiles underneath the mushrooms at the Yarrow entrance in order to allow us to get early access to it, until we found double jump anywhere, or the wall, the wall jumps, or whatever you want to call it, that makes you jump really high.
Yeah, very clever. Oh, Mohawk is in the last phase of Rosie.
Yeah, and he's getting pummeled.
Yep. Oh, I get that heart.
Use your hookshot, man.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
At least I don't want to assume that Mohawk is a guy, but I'm gonna say man in the gender neutral form.
Yes.
Like dude.
That's correct. It's a dude.
Oh, Lachamet coming down to the end.
Yes.
All right, we have another finisher.
Awesome. Good job.
Oh, it looks like Mohawk took a death, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, have to restart from checkpoint.
Yeah, he was so close.
He was. Yeah, see Goy also doing very well.
Now, just the same as the first 4 runners we had on the screen, where it was very close towards the end. It's you can definitely see the striation of where you see the progress you're making on the speed run is where you're competing or completing the race around the same time as other people at the same progress level as you are, and like getting good times for it. So now it's incredibly close again at this striation.
Yeah.
I have no doubt that everybody that's in this run right now, and anybody who picks it up, will definitely be getting low 30 times within a week or two, especially with all of the tutorials and stuff that we have in the Discord.
Definitely. Yes. Good job, SteamWorld Boy is done. Well done.
Nice.
Well done. Yes. And Lachamet almost has his or hers final time, I think.
Yeah, I think Rosie is definitely the hardest part of the game, which is fitting, as she is the final boss. Outside of learning the jump tech and the hook tech and all that fun stuff, I think she's definitely the biggest roadblock in the speedrun. So if you can learn everything up to her, since she has a checkpoint associated with the beginning of her fight, you can just keep reloading and dying on the checkpoint in order to get your tech on Rosie done faster. Unlike Vectron in Dig 1, where all of the generators were randomly generated, so you couldn't really practice, you could only plan.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think some people will for sure learn Rosie's every moment and be very quick if we just wait a couple of weeks.
There are... Yeah, we skip every boss except for Rosie. You skip Fen in the Temple of Guidance. You skip the Prophet in the Eastern Temple. And there's no boss in Yarrow, as far as I'm aware, unless I just accidentally skipped and still got 100% save file.
Nope, I'm sure it's not.
Just a shame. But like Yarrow's boss itself is just how difficult of a stratum it is to navigate through.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the acid as well.
Yeah, the Prophet is a fun boss fight. He's a souped up version of the cultist sorcerers. Teleports more often, has more health. His explosives have wider range. Oh no, Eden took a hit and a pass out there.
See, Goy should soon have his or her final time. Well done.
Mohawk final phase going into it.
Yes, watch out for that. Poisonous. Liquid, no! Scrapped. Yeah, rest in peace. Or just try again from checkpoint.
You know, it's funny, like, my my level of hunger has been growing now that all of this excitement and adrenaline from watching these people getting close. I'm just like, man, this is making me hungry.
Yeah, what time of day is it at your place, Soup?
Right now it is 4 o'clock on the East Coast, so we are coming down to the last 10 minutes of this any percent round.
Exactly. And here in
Also,
Sweden,
you can hear my cat in the background because she's, yeah.
Yeah. She wants you to focus on her instead of this, probably.
Rosie is automatically qualified and goes up one position every time someone dies to her.
Yeah. Nice.
And it's going to be kind of difficult to determine the non-finishers as far as where they are placed time-wise. Although I think they'll be looking, the judges will be looking at item progression and map progression, most likely, to determine who was furthest along at the end of the hour.
Right. Yeah, Eden playing it safe and hiding from those cannonballs. Nice.
Yeah, the main things that'll improve your times on the run is learning where the shortcuts are between Archaea, Oasis, Yarrow, and how to get to them. After that, it's skimming off upgrades that you don't need, like the Ignition Axe, the Long Shot. Definitely not going to Vectron, because going to Vectron means you can't take the fastest route available.
Yep. And as you said before, practice on Rosie to make this.
Yeah, lots of Rosie practice, and even then, it's you really can only plan so much for Rosie.
Exactly. Yep. She's tough. Oh, good job, Eden.
Yeah, Eden actually did a smart move there, using his iframes to soak Rosie's bullets there.
Cool.
Because Rosie's bullets are like the cactuses in Archaea, in that if you take damage from it and pop it, you can soak up all of the pins from the cactus, similar to Rosie's bullets and rockets. If you take damage, you can just soak them up. And since they all originate from the same point, if you just block the point, you don't even have to worry about moving to soak them.
True.
The rockets are especially useful to soak because they have homing.
Yeah. Oh, final phase.
Yeah, and sketchy health situation.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yep, we have 6 minutes left. Come on, guys. I think Mohawk for sure will make it this time. Come on, pick up some health. Shout. Yes. Oh, all those nasty birds.
Oh, you nasty birds. Was that Janet Jackson?
I think so, right? Yep, it's definitely the last call to finish the game. Come on, Mohawk.
Mohawk going to the final phase after this beat down.
And Eden is also giving it another shot. He might be able to finish off Rosie.
From those displayed, I definitely think that Eden is going to qualify, even without finishing the boss, because this is definitely on the boss fight. I think that's a good criteria to determine where you are.
Definitely. Then he also will have time. He or she will have time to practice.
Oh, Mohawk!
Oh, Mohawk! Why? Okay, we have less than 5 minutes to finish the game. And Eden is swinging it with the hookshot like a natural.
Yeah, once you learn the hook shot, it just becomes an extension of your character. Of like, oh, I can definitely get there, as opposed to that's so far away.
Yeah, definitely.
On the opposite hand, Julius, I think you made Rosie appropriately difficult because she's definitely a step up in difficulty to Vectron in Dig 1.
Crushed.
Because that was one of the main criticisms of Dig 1 is, well, other than it being short, relatively short, speaking, is that the boss fight, there was only one, and it wasn't terribly difficult, whereas now Rosie is a formidable foe.
Yep, for sure.
And this is not a short game for casual play.
No. I think I've spent, like, on my first run, and then I spent around 16 hours, but then, yeah, I'm as low. Those fantastic guys.
My first file,
yeah.
my first playthrough was like 15 or 16 hours. That's because I dug out the entire map looking for the secrets, forgetting that there was an upgrade that lets you see where the secrets are.
Yep, there is.
And I needed more cash to get all the upgrades because I died so many times and I lost a lot of really valuable ore and gems that I didn't have enough cash at the end to get everything. So I had to go farm cultists and snails. Uh-oh, Eden in a tough spot here.
Oh, watch out. Yes, good cash on that heart.
If he can lava skip well here.
Oh!
This is going to be a death. No.
Oh my god. No. Half a heart. No.
Oh, Eden down again. Mohawk coming up on phase 4 though.
Yep. No, he's drowning in the... There you go. Good job, Mohawk.
He's got to be careful. One hit from Rosie and he's toast.
He's not taking it too safe.
He can take a rocket. Well, no, he can't take anything.
No.
You can take a bullet right now.
Exactly. Oh. Ouch.
Oh, clutching it there.
Oh.
Airman armor saving some damage there.
Yep.
Airman armor also triggers an iframes as well, so another very useful upgrade to have.
Definitely. See, oh! Come on, yes!
Oh, there we go. Mohawk moving on to final phase.
Just the correction in the chat room, Real Myop, it's not available on Xbox. But other than that, we have it on Steam, Switch, PlayStation, Vita.
And unfortunately, RIP 3DS. I'm pretty sure Nintendo's going to be cutting support for that very soon. Probably. Oh, Mohawk, please! You're so close.
Yes. Oh, come on, man! You have 40 seconds.
Is that enough time for Rosie to go to rocket? Yes, the rocket phase. Come on!
Yes.
No! Missed the early rocket.
Yes. Oh, come on. Yes.
Yes, Mohawk, go! Don't die. You have 2 hearts.
Awesome. 20 seconds.
Okay, boss down. All right.
Yes.
The escape is just.
Good job, Mohawk.
The escape is just the icing on the cake. You'll probably not be able to get to the teleporter before the end of the hour, but
probably good. Because this part is you can't go fast, so and you can't skip it.
But you can have a jetpack.
Yes. Good game.
Oh man, that was so tight. Right under the wire there for Mohawk to get the boss kill.
Amazing. This is brilliant.
Yeah, you can see I'm sitting up in my chair now. Like, I'm not in my normal relax. I was like, what's going on?
You're right. Nice.
Right. That's the end of round 2 for the any percent run. We did our cash grab to start for the qualifier, more or less. And yeah, we end on the end of the game.
Yep.
So now that the round 2 is done, we should be having Julius joining us on our voice chat.
Yes. Let's see how
Let me
they.
see if I can do that. Yeah, I'm still learning. There we go. Move to English stream. Hey, Julius. If you want to unmute your mic, you can definitely join us here.
Welcome.
Is it working?
Yes.
It's working.
Oh yeah, that's great. Ooh.
Good evening.
Ah.
Or well, good day from Soup's perspective.
Hi.
It's after 4. That's when I start
Oh.
saying good evening to people. So good evening, Julius. Welcome and thanks
good
for joining
evening.
us.
Oh, it was
so much.
echoing in the chat. Sorry, I was so confused there. You hear me?
Yes.
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 Loud and
good.
clear.
Oh, this was so amazing. You guys
Nice
are
to hear from
so
you again.
awesome. Yeah. How are you?
I'm ready for PAX 2018. How about you guys?
Well, I'm ready for PAX every year. I hope.
Anything you want to potentially reveal about what we might be showing off at PAX 2018?
PAX next year. Hopefully some kind of new game. I hope.
Well, you're not as gung ho about that as Brian is. He would say, "Yes, we're definitely going to be."
Oh
showing
yeah,
off
yeah.
a new
You know,
game."
if I'm going to channel Brian for a moment, I'd say, yeah, we're definitely going to show the best game ever at
Exactly.
PAX, whatever it is. I don't even know, but it's going to be great.
Yep. For sure. Oh, Devil Tifa. First place. Raimondo did an awesome run as well.
Yeah, this was
Did you see anything you haven't seen before, Julius?
a ton of stuff. Just everyone surprises me every time I see a new speedrun. Like we were discussing this a few months back. Like, is it going to be possible to beat it in under 1 hour? And then people beat it in 30 minutes. It's crazy.
That's insane. Yeah, I remember having that discussion at the office as well.
Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised by everything that
What's the office leaderboard looking like now? Have they been taking in any of the tech that we have on the Discord?
Yeah, I think someone managed to get under 45 minutes last week, and that was incredibly impressive. But I don't think we're down at 33 yet, at least.
Give Jacob time. He seems to be the most speedrun friendly guy there.
Yeah, he's the only speedrunner, I'd say.
Yeah.
well, I try, but you know, I think my record is 145 or something.
Awesome.
But I haven't practiced that much. But we were genuinely surprised by the key bindings, and we never thought about it. It's amazing what you can do.
double jump by double binding your jump.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, and we were discussing it like, should we patch out that or should we keep it? But it's like, now it's already out. We can't remove that. It's too good.
Yeah.
I think the philosophy is if it doesn't cause the game to crash, why fix it?
Yeah, it's a feature, an unintended feature.
It's a fair
That
point.
goes all the way back to Dig 1 with being able to jump around corners.
Yeah, or the turtle soup achievement. That wasn't supposed to work, but it was fun, so we kept it, or they kept it. That was way before I was working there. At least.
That's killing the turtle in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
Why was that not supposed to be able to be done? Because they weren't supposed to go into the water.
Yeah, exactly that.
Oh, because they had to get damage boosted into the water in order to get into it. Because otherwise they stop at the edge of the water.
Yeah, exactly. You know way too much about that game.
Well, you know, when you have 350 hours in it across all platforms, you kind of have some random trivia just laying around and bonking around in here somewhere.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
but that's to be expected from the mighty soup, I guess. It's. Oh yeah. So, are you happy with tonight or today? Depending
I
on
think
where
today
you
was a
are.
good showing, and I definitely think that the next 3 dates are going to be just as tense and close.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel a bit like tired now because I was so excited, and it was like just seeing those brilliant players doing it so fast in a way that I know for a fact that I myself could never do. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and I'm just surprised by the turnout as well. Like 1,000 people were watching when I joined. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what time is it in Sweden? And you're probably also tired because it's almost bedtime.
Yeah,
Nah,
I would.
Well, depending on who you are, it's 10:15.
Exactly.
I like to stay up late.
I would probably be in bed if it wasn't. Yeah, since it's Sunday night. But yeah.
That's why I'm always late. I stay up during the nights.
Yeah. Yeah, you're usually a little bit.
Oh, yeah, and you had to mail out all those ambassador codes for the Vita and the PS4 too.
I haven't done that yet.
Julius, come on!
Did you get yours at least?
I don't have a Vita or a PS4, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, like the thing is, Brian is 24/7. He's just replying to emails. It's this is our biggest launch ever, and I think the biggest proof is just Brian's massive inbox at the moment.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's horrible. I happened to see it just the other day, and it was like 400 something unread messages. It was like,
and they just
poor guy.
keep coming in. It's
and he had to set up like 6 filters just to make sure the right ones are going to the right place so he could reply to them appropriately.
and the thing is that I'm on my end with a never-ending Twitter mentions feed, and it's we're incredibly blessed. Let's just say that.
Yes,
I
for
think
sure.
it's so much fun, but we're only like 2 or 3 people working with. Well, now we're 3 people working with marketing, and it's a lot of hard work, but it's nice. I see we have some questions here. Do you think SteamWorld Dig 2 is Imageform's best game so far? Yeah, I'd say so. Like, I think Heist is our second best game, maybe. Personally, at least, I tend to enjoy platformers more than strategy games. Even though I love Kingdom Battle on my Switch right now, I was just playing it while watching. It's a great game. Do you agree, Soup, Paulina?
I think that Dig 2 is the best game, both functionally and visually. It definitely borrows heavily from Heist's visual style, but it also keeps intact Dig's visual style at the same time.
Yeah. You agree, Paulina?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes,
My
I
cat
agree.
is lonely, so I'm just holding her real quick.
No
The
worries.
graphics is amazing, and also I just said before that I just love the level design because it's just so intuitive for people who try it out the first time. And it's just, when we show the demo of at Gamescom, for example, when we were there, you and me, Julius, it was just amazing. People just knew what to do right away, and yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe you brought it up earlier, but SteamWorld Dig 2 isn't procedurally generated, or at least most of it isn't, which is mainly because we are 20 people now. The first Dig was made by 6 or 7, which means that we actually have time to design levels now. And that makes a huge difference in just how fun it is playing, I think, and the variety we can put in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's the best game we've made.
And longer too than the first one.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if it's longer than Heist. Like, I think my first playthrough, my real playthrough, was 20 hours something. Because I was really slow.
No, but me as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heist is a long game, so
it really is.
Especially if you want to get all of the medals.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, but that's impossible. No, I don't think anyone's ever done it. They've been photoshopping their images.
We have another question here, Julius. Did you see the one about? Yeah.
I already have the game on the Switch, which is in French, and I want to take it back on One and PS4, except it is
There must be an Xbox One, right?
What? Why isn't? Oh yeah. Well, that's a great question. Why isn't SteamWorld Dig 2 available on Xbox One? I think that's the question, right?
Yeah, that's how I.
That's one of the parts of the question. There's a second portion to it. French on the PS4, I think.
Yeah, that one's easy. It's coming. So stay tuned. And the PS4, the Xbox One version, I'd say stay tuned. That's all I really can say on that at the moment. But we haven't forgotten about Xbox fans. We learned the hard way that the Xbox community is incredibly vocal and passionate. When we reported that we're not going to port Heist to Xbox for the foreseeable future, at least. So I hope we can have some Xbox news very soon, but I don't want to make any promises.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've heard, the Switch dev kit is very user-friendly. So it's no surprise that you would develop it for the Switch.
No, and the thing is, like, we are Nintendo fans, most of us at heart, at least, and that really influences our development, I think, and we have a great relationship with Nintendo as well. SteamWorld really was from the beginning with SteamWorld Tower Defense and SteamWorld Dig. It was made for Nintendo platform, so. And I would say the biggest part of the SteamWorld community is also play on Nintendo platforms, so it makes sense. But I know that we have a bunch of happy SteamWorld Xbox owners out there, and I wish that we could just say now, oh, it's coming to Xbox next week. But we're working as hard as we can on that.
What was it? Nintendo's their mindset for games is that functionality should breed creativity or something like that. It's like every function should have a purpose, more or less, and then you build around that so that you have a solidly controlling game involved in a story, more or less.
Yeah, I think I haven't really heard that before, but I think it makes sense. It sounds like something you'd read in a fancy font on a nice background on Tumblr or Facebook.
Or above your boss's door, maybe?
Yeah. But my boss's door is my door as well, so...
Oh yeah, you hold the purse strings, and Brian's like, please let me have money to do this?
Yes, that's exactly how it works.
Oh, you have another question here from Real Myop.
Yeah, Yeah, you can do it.
Did you guys even consider doing another genre than platformer for SVD2? Did we do this?
Yeah. Another game then? Well, another genre for SteamWorld Dig 2.
The idea for Dig ever exist as not a platformer? Like maybe you were thinking of an RPG for it, maybe?
No, not for SteamWorld Dig 2, I'd say. We knew pretty much from the start that it was going to be a straight up sequel. Just more of everything. More Metroid, more upgrades, more digging, more boss battles. That's exactly what we wanted to do, and I'm happy to say what we really did it.
What I think you did well with Dig 2 versus Dig 1, if I can interject real quick, is that
sure.
It's not just vertical digging. Like the Eastern Temple in particular, there's a lot of horizontal digging. It feels a lot less monotonous versus Dig 1, especially in Vectron, where it's just like you get through the elevator maze just to get to the laser grid maze, and it's like...
Sorry?
The elevator maze being the part where you have the falling mechanical blocks, and then you get to the laser grid where you have the laser blocks, and it's just you're fighting your way through death trap after death trap. Whereas with like the Eastern Temple, you can avoid the death traps if you know how to. Yeah,
it's really nice, and that's all thanks to not going with procedurally generated levels. It's amazing.
And the platforming allows you to not just be digging all the time to get where you're going.
Exactly. It makes for a kind of a different game. And like, just to go back to that question real quick, that I think that SteamWorld Dig 2 in its own right is it's a refinement of the first one, but it's also much more of a platformer and a Metroidvania this time around. So I would say it's pretty different and our ultimate take on the platformer genre. But it was never considered anything else at any stage, I think. We have a a comment about the Switch icon issue.
Oh, really? Did that
That's a
come
hot
up?
topic. Yeah. I think that we were working so hard on the game that this one just slipped through the cracks, and
The placeholder made it through.
yeah, it did. It did. And that's I wouldn't say we're proud of it, but the extra buzz surrounding this icon, the icon gate, if you will, it's been really fun. Just seeing how passionate Switch gamers are about their icons, and I can assure you that we won't make this mistake in the future if we make new Switch games. But it's funny because we updated the icon with a new one that looks so much better, and we still got some backlash regarding the border.
Because the border, like this tiny. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, and of course we listen to our community, and it really doesn't hurt to remove it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's just gone one day, very soon. So we will in total have made 3 different icons for the Switch version. But there's no hate from us, of course. It's we were just taken by surprise, just how passionate people are about this kind of thing. And I hadn't really thought about it, but now that I have, it really makes sense, because it's almost like a wall of posters, if you will, the home screen. You understand them?
Yeah.
Maybe next one, Nintendo fans, Metroid fans. I don't really get that question. Let's see here.
How about this? The next game, what would you say the possibility is? It's Dig 3.
Oh, that's a great question. SteamWorld Dig 2 is our biggest launch ever. We don't know, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. But of course, we have plans for new games, and we have many more ideas about what we could make. So who knows? Like, I wouldn't expect anything soon, but hopefully, I'd love to see a new SteamWorld game or a SteamWorld Dig game. Definitely.
I want to see a SteamWorld RPG, personally.
Yeah.
Fence Quest 1, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
I agree.
Defense 2, maybe.
Oh yeah, Still Tower Defense 2. Yeah. The thing is,
The Rise of the Shiners.
Oof, yeah. We have Steel Tower Defense was it's kind of a weird game, really, because it was made in about 3 months, and at the time they had no idea that it was going to create this franchise a few years later. So there is a ton of inconsistencies lore-wise after Tower Defense, just that the robots eat gold, or what the Shiners are, or how the Steambots work. We really didn't think of it because we thought it was just going to be a very small project we did for a few months and then moved on to something equally big or small. But I'd love to see Tower Defense HD. I think that would be a good place to start, with a bit of tweaking the balance, because it's too hard at the moment. Have you played it, Soup?
Pauline and I were discussing this earlier with Twin and them, and no, none of us have.
No, sadly. Did you play through all the way through, Julius?
Yeah, I did. I couldn't finish the second run because that's where it just gets too hard. It's too hard. The only one I know who's ever done it is the game's lead designer, Ulle.
Ulle, right? Yeah, I knew it.
Which is funny.
Good game.
and I've talked to him about this on multiple occasions, and he says that, well, if we ever like do a remake or anything, we have to tweak the difficulty because it's just too hard. It's unfair. It's not fun. It's not rosy fun. Maybe next questions.
I think this is a question on what's it called, the one we just discussed. If it's randomly generated, if tower defense is randomly generated, I mean.
No, it's not. It's a tower defense game. So, like, maybe you can make a procedurally generated tower defense game, but tower defense is not, to my knowledge.
And neither is Dig 2 to a certain degree. There is some minor variation, but for the most part, it's designed.
Exactly. The only thing I know that is procedurally generated is the placement of resources, basically. Do you know anything else?
Other than that, they're mostly generated within a small area, so it's not a wide variation. Unlike basically below depth 10 in Dig 1 was all randomized location for ores, or mostly randomized locations. Because above depth 10 was where you get your first $8, and they had to be somewhere there.
Yeah, it's so I think most people wouldn't notice unless we told them. And one more question here: was it a hard choice? Debated. Yeah, we talked it through, but I think since this was planned to be much more of a Metroidvania kind of game, we wanted, I think that we wanted to make the first Dig handcrafted as well, but we just didn't have the people at the time to do it. So that's why we went for procedural generation. So Dig 2 was our chance to make the first or make Dig what we wanted it to be from the start. So it's not a lucky coincidence that the first one was procedurally generated, but a handcrafted experience is always our first choice, if we can. But then it made sense for Heist as well, since it was going to be roguelike from the start. But I think we wanted to make something different and see, can we make a really nice platformer this time around as well, but without procedural generation.
Yeah, I mean, procedural generation bought you time in the development schedule. It just really cost you a little bit of originality, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely did. And Heist especially is, it's not completely procedural. We have hand-designed bits and pieces that are procedurally put together. So most of it is designed. It's just the order of some room parts or rooms that are.
Yeah, there's a logic to the level creation.
Yeah, exactly. So it's unfair to say that Heist is 100% procedurally generated, but I think that's what most people think it was, at least.
Yeah.
In my
this is so interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting for me to hear, because I was not part of when Heist was developed. I'm actually fairly new to to have been joining the studio, so it's very interesting to hear you speak of those things as well.
Oh yeah, we can talk more on Monday.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, and we're so happy.
Yeah, it's not like you guys work together or anything.
Exactly.
Oh no, it's not like we're sitting next to each other. Oh yeah, but it's a pleasure to have you, of course.
Yes. Let's see. There was another. Maya had another question. If we thought, at the office, if we thought that less than 30 minutes was possible. I, for one, did not. I never would think that anyone could beat this game under 30 minutes.
Yeah, same here. I thought for sure that it was going to be at least over an hour. But I was wrong.
Yep.
It was.
Apparently.
It was for a little while. Over an hour.
Yep. So yeah, but yeah, I was taken by surprise. Because there were, all the hacks. I saw someone mentioning it as well, but people found ways to play the game that we didn't even think of, and that's what's so amazing about speedrunning, is that the community is so passionate about finding ways to break our game or play our games in new and interesting ways. I think we have a lot to learn from that, and just how we test our games and how we develop them in general, because you guys have a certain skill that I wouldn't say that we're lacking, but we could utilize it more frequently, I think, to make better games.
I want to say that some of the things were left in, and intentionally, like the wall jump to get, or the corner jump to get to the Eastern Temple tube earlier, the one that's in the Temple of Guidance, or sorry, not the Eastern Temple, but the Temple of Guidance tube.
Yeah.
That was definitely probably put in there and left there to be like, you know what, let's put this here, not just so you can get back to it, because you would have put a jackhammer block instead of a dirt block blocking it if you really wanted to restrict access. So I definitely think that was a conscious choice.
Yeah, of course it was. This game was made with speedrunning in mind, of course, but
just not how we are doing it now.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so hard. Of course, you can't design how you play the game. Even if we can do it to a certain extent, but it just having so many people trying to play the game in effective ways and creative ways is it's amazing. I think we should do this with every game prior to release, just to learn from it and make a better game. I think that would be really cool.
The only problem there is that you would have to have a streaming embargo, and the only ability to send video footage back and forth from Sweden to everywhere else is to do video email, which video takes a lot of file size, and not everybody supports it, so you'd have to do like F2P or FTP servers. So yeah, it's a whole hassle.
Oh yeah, it would be. I don't know how we would do it, but I just think if we could do it, it would be awesome. Have I missed the races today? The Krell asks.
I think you have, Safi.
Yeah.
Yes, we went through our 20-minute cash grab and our 1 hour any percent run. The next race will be, as I said in the chat, on the 22nd at the same time of, from my local time, 2:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Which I think is what 5 or 6:30 in France, and then you said it's like 8:30 for you guys in Sweden.
8:30, yeah, in Sweden. That's true.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is gonna be. I'm incredibly excited about the upcoming tournaments or qualifiers. It's so yeah. What's the best time today? I think I missed it.
I think the real time was
32.
32 or 33.
Maybe Real Mayup can post it again, please.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And by in-game time, it was, I want to say, high 29s.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Have I missed anything? Yeah. So what's the hack that most amazed you? I think the double.
Oh, that's Jacob.
Double jump, I think.
Yeah.
Who's Jacob?
Our Jacob?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's your Jacob.
Oh, that's our Jacob. Hi Jacob. Nice to meet you. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the double jump is a real game breaker. Or rather, route opener. We'll put it that way, in a more positive spin.
Yeah, it's a route opener. That's one thing we didn't expect at all. We definitely didn't. But what's the current world record, by the way?
29 and change.
That's crazy.
It is, right? We were sort of for a while hoping there that it would be beaten tonight, but no, maybe next time.
I think for sure someone will beat it. How fast do you think you can finish this game? 25 minutes? Is that possible?
Well, sub 30 was the dream for like the past week and a half, so I'm definitely thinking that sub 29 is the current dream goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just how far below 29 it'll go is up for discussion because we're getting pretty optimized now.
Yeah. And it's all about learning Rosie as well, because she's tough. Tough boss too.
Yeah, she is.
Exactly.
Yeah. I had and she was harder to begin with.
Yeah, my first run with Rosie took like 45 minutes, so I would not qualify for this at all.
Well, that was before the game was finished, right?
Well, yeah, let's say it was.
Well, speaking of hard parts of the game that were removed, apparently the trials, although they were last minute, were significantly difficult, or more difficult than they already are.
Yeah. The thing is, they were just thrown in there during the last few weeks of development in August or something, and I didn't even get to play them before they were finished. So, but I heard, they were much harder, but they're still pretty hard though, right?
Oh yeah, the escape trial and the rockets, I still have a hard time with.
Yeah, but it's really nice that we were able to squeeze that in. Actually, it just having some meaty post-game content is I love it.
Yeah, the skillness trial, as Jacob brings up,
yes.
It's easier in the fact that there's very little that can hurt you other than fall damage and lava, which you can avoid entirely most of the time. But it still requires you to use speed tech, like the corner jump.
Yeah, it's nice. Real Maya 2 thinks we can dig to 28 minutes. Yeah. I think we were constantly surprised by the SteamWorld Dig 1 speedrunners. I don't know what the current world record is, but it's 21 minutes or something. 22?
I think it's low 22s.
Yeah, which we didn't think, someone hit 29 minutes or something, and we were like, this can't be done faster. This is impossible.
Oh, it was Jimmy's time of 26:22.
Oh yeah.
World record, low 22.
Yeah, which is, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like 27, 26 minutes. Just, it might take a few years maybe, but I wouldn't be surprised.
And someone was asking before, I think it was Green Zaber, and the game is already out, so you can go ahead and pick it up and join us in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's out on Switch, PC, Mac Linux, and the PS4 Vita for $19.99 or the equivalent, which is a nice thing to say because it can differ quite much between regions' prices. Actually, it's interesting.
Yep. It is. Okay.
Do you know?
Oh, it's weird to think that SteamWorld Dig 1 is 4 years old because that means I started playing it 4 years ago, about a month after it came out.
Yeah, it's already 4 years old.
Yeah, and people are still speedrunning Dig 1. Yeah, so that's really amazing.
Yeah, we're blessed with that, really. The Steam community is the friendliest gaming community I've ever been a part of, and it's amazing to work with everyone. It's just amazing.
I just see in the chat, Soup, you're paralyzed for me too. Your camera is not moving anymore.
Yeah, my little portrait is still moving, but on the stream, I'm definitely deep in thought.
Frozen. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Let's see. What was this question? Has it been determined what the fastest RTA version is? Guessing PC.
Yeah, I'm guessing PC too. Do you know, Soup?
For RTA, I mean, we're not really using RTA for the most part. We're using in-game time since the in-game timer discounts loads. So It balances out across platforms.
Okay. Someone recommend a good Let's Play for this game. If you know German, I'd recommend Zombies. It's very fun. I don't know German, but it's still fun to watch.
I'll toot my own horn here. I have on my Twitter a 4-part sequence. First 3 is the first 99% of the game, and the last one is the last 2%, even though Twin will tell me it's not 101%.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have any more questions? Yeah, what time is it? Maybe I should...
11:45. Well,
yeah, we've been doing this for about half an hour. I think we have time for a few more questions.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely the Vine Saw is incredible as well. That one's cool. Yeah, I know, people ask for physical versions a lot. I don't know exactly when, but SteamWorld Collection went really well for us. So I hope we can announce something very soon about the physical versions of Dig 2 as well.
Yeah, but there's nothing official yet, right?
Yeah, nothing official. And the same goes for, I know there are so many people asking for a 3DS port and one for Xbox One as well.
Yeah.
I thawed out, by the way.
Sorry?
I'm no longer frozen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, stay tuned. You can always follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And
Julius writes a lot on the blog as well, so that's really good to follow. Just checking out
our website.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you guys had a blog.
Yep.
Yeah, it's semi
it didn't get the axe like your Instagram.
No. But we just don't. We update it when we have something to say. It's just nice to have an official source of news. And it comes and goes. And I think we'll have a new SteamWorld Ambassador Challenge next week, hopefully. So that's a reason to visit our blog. And that means you'll get access to our SteamWorld Ambassador group on Facebook, where we discuss stuff about the game. We share some, at times at least, we share some half-secret information only for the ambassadors. It's really fun. And of course you get free, and they get free games as well.
The ambassadors get access to all of Image Inform's games on all platforms they come out on.
Forever.
Unless you make them mad.
Right?
Yeah.
And they would also get the the newsletters and stuff from you as well, right?
Exactly.
They stay up to date.
Yeah.
I'm an ambassador because I'm cool. Yeah, it's great. Do it, kids.
Yeah. And you get to go to PAX with us, right?
I mean, well, I'm not going to go into that subject.
Okay. Let's leave that. But do we have any more questions?
I don't see it.
Yeah, this is Link to the Past, the talk show, just so you know.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe people are going to bed.
I think we've answered everything. And people are like, where's the Link to the Past? We want the Link to the Past. Which I agree with. I love Link to the Past Randomizer.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Yeah,
Julius, speaking of randomizers, this is a question I meant to ask you. Did you see the SteamWorld Dig 1 randomizer?
Oh, yeah, I did. I haven't got a chance to play around with it yet, but we did at the office, and it was awesome. I don't want to go to bed, Jacob.
Let's hope that a SteamWorld Dig 2 randomizer can come out without much fuss.
Yeah, please try to make one. I have no idea how you would even start doing that, but I think it's possible. I hope. Oh yeah. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, and I think next time Robert is joining you, right?
Yeah, I think he said he was up for next time, which will be the 22nd of October.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope he haven't changed his mind.
for reference, Robert is the QA lead, right?
Yeah, and the lead designer as well.
Yes, and lead design, yeah.
Yeah.
So just bunk up with questions for him as well.
Yeah, he knows.
He's the guy who leaves the holes for us to exploit.
Yeah, he's probably the only one who knows more about the game. Which is a pretty cool thing. Yeah, he's a great guy, a great designer. He's just a good friend overall.
So you're saying if people want to learn about designing games, and specifically designing this game, they'll definitely want to tune on the 22nd for that conversation.
Definitely.
Yes, I wouldn't miss it.
He's amazing. And I'll be here to chat maybe next time as well, hopefully.
Yeah, you should join. Of course.
So yeah, I think I'll go to bed. Actually,
go to bed
if that's okay with you.
Yes.
No, it's true. I think we did good here, and I'm pretty sure Twin is like, all right, you guys can stop hogging all the attention.
Yeah, I just want to thank all the viewers for following us here tonight. It's been amazing, and I'm all
really.
Brilliant.
This is so much fun, and we're so happy to be doing this with you.
And all the players, of course, just for joining in the competition, and just train and join us again in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. But I'll sign off, and I'll leave you to end the show in a nice way.
Thank you. Have a good night, Julius. See you tomorrow.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, everyone. So as Fiesel has announced, the race has ended. We were doing some post-race commentary with Julius and ourselves. Julius being the PR lead for Image Inform, Paulina being the community outreach and manager for Image Inform, and myself. I'm a guy who plays games and gets invited to go places and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, been great. Thank you.
Definitely stop by on the 22nd for when we have the next set of races. I do not believe it's going to be a 20-minute cash grab, but it could still be as another wind down or prelim. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. We'll definitely see more tight races, and we'll have more fun stuff to talk about.
Yes, indeed. And we will be joined by Robert. So that would be amazing. Thank you.
Have a great night, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Or me. Who decides when this is?
We'll have a 20-minute challenge, but the goal will be different. Not a cash grab, or maybe a cash grab, maybe not.